Save it.
Okay, we are live.
Awesome.
Hey, hi Aditya. Hi Sai. How are you?
Good. Sai, how are you doing? Thanks for
Good,
joining.
good, good, good. Thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, I can see
How
a
are you?
lot of people's comment even before we joined. Hi everyone. If you can just confirm, guys, that you can hear us loud and clear, that would be great. Um Thank you so much for joining in. So I guess a lot of people have already joined. They're saying hi and hello, guys. If you can just confirm that, can you hear us loud and clear, so that we can start today's session. Mm, Hi Pavitra, how are you? Yes. So Tammy says that yes, they can hear us loud and clear. Okay. Now, how is everything going, Aditya? How good to see Sai after a long period of time.
Yes. Sai, where were you? Like
Sai,
you
Sai
completely
has become
disappeared.
like a super creator now. That's why it's
Yeah.
difficult to get hold of Sai now.
Lot of things going on at work, outside work, so busy days, and then I think it's going pretty good at work. But learning new stuff. Had my 2 year mark recently, so it's a good
Nice.
achievement.
Uh, and then I
Okay.
recently pinged Sai hi, and Sai responded back, "Who are you?" And then I entered his mind.
uh,
But no, it's great to see Sai's progress on every social media platform, and actually he's providing amazing value. And Sai, like I mean, it and the time flies so fast. When Sai started his journey, which was not long back, we used to talk and like, okay, you're getting started in data science industry and all,
I
but
am only I am only waiting for Sai's dance reels on Instagram now. tips
no,
on tips on data analyst.
also now it's not. I
Okay.
mean, great progress, Sai, great progress. But yeah, thanks again, man, for
Congratulations. Yeah, you have done a great job.
yeah.
Thank
And
you. But
I
it all
guess
started with Aditya. He was the first one to give me opportunity. It was like the fuel, I would say.
No, no,
science success can motivate a lot of people
yep.
really right now they think that everything is into black waters. But I guess science success is a motivation to all those people that with your hard work, with your dedication and consistency, with the consistency you work, that's amazing. Okay. So
I
guys,
mean, you can probably remove the banner that's coming on the screen right now. People may be like, then they may think that they need to send their resume or something at this. On
so
the right hand side, you'll see an option called banner.
right hand side. Okay, let
There's
me.
an option called banner, and then you need to click on that. By the way, today Amit sir is operating the
Yeah.
admin part of this thing.
So what I need to? There are a lot of banners now.
So just click on any of these and then double click on this. So that will it will go away.
Okay. No, this is not one. Let this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. So
Let's use this one. Okay.
Perfect.
so he doesn't need to know how to remove. So that's a good solution.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see.
So,
Okay,
guys, if you are here, kindly if you can repost this event, and that's why I post this one, so that would help us to reach out to more people. And this session is going to be very engaging and interesting session. We're going to, and I guess this might end up with answering a lot of your queries which you have in your mind. So, if you can just share us and write it in the comment section that you have shared or reposted, that would be great. In the meanwhile, Aditya, if you can check on LinkedIn, Aditya, I'll just checking on YouTube that we are live.
okay, give me
I
one
think I see
sec.
few messages from LinkedIn, so I think we are live on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, so I guess we are live on YouTube also, so there's no problem here.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, Aditya, now you can start.
Okay, perfect. So I think yeah, we have a good crowd here. 107, 8 people. So guys, uh, as we are getting started in today's session, one thing that I would highly recommend you, day after tomorrow, Thursday, we are conducting a session specifically with one of the recruiter, a former recruiter at TikTok and Uber, right? Yeah, she worked at very good companies as a technical recruiter, hired a lot of software developer, data science people, So we'll be doing a live session with her. I would highly recommend you to sign up for that session really quick. Amit sir, I can show where people can find that event, and I can put the link here as well. I can let me share my screen, and Amit sir, if you can quickly allow me to share
Yeah.
my screen, that would be great.
I wouldn't miss that session, guys. He's one of the best out there. I have talked with her multiple times. You don't want to miss that session from Shreya.
Absolutely, the name is Shreya Mehta.
Yes.
And let me share my screen, and this entire screen should go share. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, you can find this event. Simply search first of all High Counselor on LinkedIn. Okay. When you go to the High Counselor page, go to events on the left hand side right over here. If you can see, let me zoom in as well. Go to events, and that's where you can find an event for this Thursday. Get your resume reviewed in a live session. Click on this and simply sign up for this. Okay, let me also share the link with you, but as we are getting a lot of comments, you will miss out on this link. Okay, but just take a moment to go through High Counselor events and find this particular event over there. Okay. In the meantime, let me see if I can post it in the chat box for everyone. Okay, I can find it over here. Not on events. Okay, I think I can post it here. And guys, please take a moment to repost this event. This is going to be a very this is going to be a very resourceful event for everyone. So please take a moment and repost it. I can see only 2 people have reposted it until now. So please take a moment and repost it. Okay. I think I have. It's not allowing me to post.
What is you? I should post it.
Yeah, I mean maybe try it from your LinkedIn.
It's not allowing you, right?
Yeah, I mean I'm not able to post on.
Can you share that link on WhatsApp? I'll immediately share it.
Yeah. I'll share it on LinkedIn. Okay, with you.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go. Okay, I'm still, I think, sharing my screen. I can stop sharing. So guys, you can go to again High Counselor LinkedIn page, go to events and sign up for this event, which is scheduled for Thursday. I'll anyways drop an email to everyone, but in case I
Did we lose Aditya?
Oh, Aditya has left it. Okay. I guess he might be rejoining.
Yeah, probably some technical.
Okay. So you can see Rashmi has already posted it. So thank you so much, Rashmi. So guys, just go to High Counselor page, and in the event section, you will see that event. Okay, Aditya is back. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. So okay, cool. So let's get started. Thanks everyone for joining in on this Tuesday afternoon. To get started, those who are meeting us for the first time, I'm Aditya Sharma. I'm co-founder and CEO of High Counselor. With me, I have Dr. Amit Lal, who's head of operations at High Counselor, head of academics, and with me, I have a very good friend Sai, as well as our guest for today. Right, I mean, for today we'll act as like a guest, but I hope Sai is also a good friend. So Sai has been working at BCBS as a lead data analyst for almost 2 years now. A great example of someone who started his career in data science domain, specifically in a data analyst role, moved to the lead data analyst. And I think, Sai, as per our last conversation, now you've also you're trying to transition into data scientist and trying to learn there as well, right? So The purpose of today's session, guys, is to give all of you a roadmap on how you can get interview calls, how you can get yourself prepared for data analyst, data scientist job roles. And why are we doing this session? Because almost 1.5 months ago, we sent a technical assessment for a senior data analyst role to almost 3,800 people. Okay. We are working with a bunch of recruiters and hiring managers, and we are still working. By the way, in today's session, I'm also going to share a few job openings with you related to data analyst, data developer, data architect, and machine learning developer. These are the four roles that some of the companies in our network are hiring right now, paying absolutely competitive compensation. If you're a right fit, we'll be more than happy to push your profile to them. But yeah, the backstory is we were working with a few employers. They were in dire need to hire some very, very technically skilled candidates. And we sent their technical assessment to 3,800 people, and only 74 people could qualify. The qualification marks were about 75%. So only 74%. So can you imagine 74% is just probably like 2% of the entire people who took the assessment, which is very heartbreaking. Even out of those 74% people, a lot of people were not in the right location, right? And eventually they were only, I think, able to hire one person when they had like 4 or 5 positions. Okay. When we reached out to people who could not qualify, that was like 3,300 plus people. A lot of We found that people lack a lot of hands-on experience. People lack a lot of basic information. With basic information, like now probably for Sai, for Dr. Amit, and for myself, that's like a very basic information. Okay, that you need to know about what are the skill sets required to become a data analyst or a data scientist. But we realize that that basic information is not so basic, and probably people need a lot more exposure to industry professionals and get to see, okay, what is required. So in today's session with Sai, we are going to cover some of the very important questions that will help you see what should be your learning path, what type of interview questions you can encounter, how you can prepare, what are the right resources for it. And after that, another problem that we encountered, that a lot of candidates do not have right project on their resume, as well as they do not have a hands-on experience. So we are also going to show you a real world data analyst, data science project that you can get started in a virtual cloud environment that is hosted on our platform, project101.ai. You can do this project absolutely free of cost. So I'll also introduce you that project. You can do hands-on coding over there, complete project, add it to your resume, get a certificate. Okay. So we are going to cover a lot in the next 30 minutes. So we're going to make it really, really quick. Okay. Next 30 minutes, absolutely packed with information. Okay, Amit sir, you want to cover anything before we get started?
I guess in the comment section we are seeing that a lot of people are saying that echo is happening, but I do not hear any echo.
Are you getting any echo?
Sai?
Nope, I'm not getting any echo at the moment.
Likewise, I'm also not getting. Probably when say I'm speaking, you guys can put yourself on mute, or like just
Yeah.
one person. Maybe that could be one reason. Okay.
Okay. Okay. We are good.
Okay, so we can get started with Sai. First of all, Sai, thank you so much again. And as I mentioned, a lot of people say that they're looking for a job, they're looking for a data analyst job, data scientist job role, but when they receive technical assessment, they could barely crack it, right? Forget about like the tough 3 to 4 interview round. The very first interview assessment, people don't are not able to crack it. So let's start with a data analyst role. In my understanding, that's like the beginning of your journey in the data science uh, world, right? How did you start? What skills did you learn to crack your first data analyst, or to get yourself prepared, right? Or what would you say, what are the skill sets where people can get started?
That's a great question, and that's one of the most common questions I get in my DMs and even the other webinars I conduct. So in 2025, if I were starting today, like I would focus on blend of technical skills and also as soft skills, because with the rise in AI, it's not just about technical but also non-technical skills that sets you apart in the room. So first, hands down, it's always SQL. So never ignore SQL, or you will be ignored. So almost every company that hires has SQL in their job description. So make sure to learn it, practice every day for a few minutes, 30 to minutes to 1 hour. So as Aditya mentioned, technical assessments or coding rounds, it involves SQL for sure. If it's at least for data analyst rounds, for data science rounds, you might also have Python. And if it's MLE round, you might also have core Python and productionizing code and everything. And SQL is the most important skill again. And the next is Excel, one of the most underrated tools. Most people ignore Excel because it's just Excel, but then for most projects, the end product might be Excel, because stakeholders or the people that you work with, they might want an end result as an Excel. So never underestimate Excel. Learn Excel as well, because that's what stakeholders might use, and it's been widely in the business for almost 5 to 6 decades. And then next is a visualization tool. You can start with Tableau, Power BI, Looker, because you need to tell a story with the data, because that's what helps business make money or reduce the loss. So make sure to learn one of these tools like Tableau, Power BI, or Looker, whatever that things you are interested in. And I see a lot of posts on like which one should I learn first. Is it Tableau or Python, Power BI, or both? Start with either of them. The skills are transferable. So make sure that you don't spend time on both unless you're required, or you got an offer, company wants you to learn a new tool. Don't spend time on both of them. Learn one, the skills are transferable. And finally, technical ones like problem solving, critical thinking, business communication, storytelling skills. These are the things that set you apart at your work or during your interview. It's not just about what you did, but how you communicate what you did and how can that impact the business. That's what stakeholders care about. They don't care about our fancy dashboards or advanced functions or advanced coding that we have done. How is this report or dashboard that you made converting or making money to business, or how is that impacted? And last but not least, but in 2025, as we all have seen, AI is taking over few jobs, but it's also creating few jobs as well. The more you know, the better it is. So if you can upskill on how to use AI, if not the architecture behind it, how to leverage AI to make your work easier, or save time, or optimize your code faster, write documentation. So leverage AI to make yourself stand out. And on top of that, if you also want to learn a cloud tool, that would also be great, like AWS, Azure, or GCP, one of these, but again, not all of them. The skills are transferable again. So combination of these things, and then the end product should be your projects again. So it doesn't matter if you know all these if you don't put it in terms of a project. So practical knowledge matters 100 times more than a theoretical knowledge, more than certificates. Your projects are what sets you apart. So once you learn all these things, make sure that you showcase these in a project, post it on your GitHub or any platform that you cloud platform that you use, put it on your resume, post it on your LinkedIn. Let the world know that you know it. Unless you tell people that you know it, no one's gonna know it. So visibility do matter, at least in 2025 again. So it's not just about what you know, but who you know and who knows you, and what they know about you also matters a lot.
No, that's very helpful, Sai. So, Sai, a lot of people they're not even aware like what's the day of a data analyst look like. So, what's your day look like as a data analyst? What skills you use? And when we say, oh, SQL and Excel are most important, like what are the most common SQL functions you use? Because I assume that when a hiring manager send a technical assessment, they would like to see, okay, if this guy can utilize this particular syntax or a function or not. So what are the most common SQL syntax that you utilize? What are the most common Excel functions? What's your day look like, right? So that we can literally copy and follow you.
Got it. So that's a great question, and again, that varies from different companies to companies, different projects to projects, and then budget to budget. But typically, my day starts with stand-up call, like what's going on? Do I have any blockers? Do I need uh, any help from my manager or other teams or other department access issues? So we discuss all this in the stand-up call, and then it will be a lot of data cleaning. Most data roles, be it data analyst, data scientist, or product roles, we deal with a lot of data which is not clean. So 70% of your time is spent on data cleaning. And coming to SQL, there are few functions that you need to know for sure, like start with select, where, having, group by, And joins, most people misunderstand difference between left, right, inner join, outer, in right outer, left outer, all these joins. So make sure that you know when you need to use different kind of join, and then make sure that you have solid examples to back up your statements during your interviews. And the more you know, the better it is in SQL. So I would also highly recommend you to learn window functions, because they make your life a lot easier, trust me. And CTEs, subqueries as well. And if you are applying for pure SQL developer roles or like data engineering roles, you might also want to learn optimization, indexing, like how do you reduce the runtime for your queries, or reduce the server cost, or like how much does it cost to run the queries. So you might have also want to learn on optimization. And coming to Excel, basic functions like if we look up, index match, xlookup, HLOOKUP, and then pivot tables is must and should, like that's where, because a lot of reports happen. And I would also highly recommend you to learn Power Query, because it saves you ton of time. My work would have been very difficult if I wasn't using Power Query. So you can automate different data cleaning techniques there, and then write scripts, write code using M code, and then you can automate everything using Power Query. And if the role requires VBA, you might also want to learn that. But if you know it, that's always a plus point, because your competition might not know VBA and macros, but if you know it, it's always good. So these are the things that you need to learn in SQL and Excel for sure. And then again, and the product has to be project to showcase them.
Okay, that's very helpful. And if we talk about how much time do you spend on data cleaning, manipulation, transformation, and then actually writing SQL queries, right, to say gain some business insights from the data, and then how much time do you spend on like visualization? These are the three major aspects that I understand as a data analyst. So, okay, if you can show, if you can tell, okay, this is the percentage of time spent, or if there is anything else that we are not aware of. So, would love to know that, so that people can focus. Okay, this is where I need to spend like 60% of my time.
Got it. That's again a great question. So most people think that dashboard, we all know that dashboards and business impact are the end part. That's what end product is. That's what your leaders care about. That's what our executives care about. But trust me, that's the easiest part. You would spend only 20 to 25% of your time building a dashboard, but most of your time is spent on gathering the data. You might have some data in your cloud, some data in your emails, some on your server, some of them might be with other departments which you might not have access to. So getting access for different databases, different cloud servers, cloud platforms, and then once you gather that and then clean that data and then make some sense out of it using data transformations, EDA, manipulation, that's where all of your time gets killed, or that's where you want to spend. Because bad data in, bad report out. You want to input good data to get good impact, like good insights out of it, or good to give good recommendations to your stakeholders so they can make business decisions and then make some money for the business. So dashboarding is the easiest part. 70% of my time is spent on data gathering, data cleaning, manipulation, making some sense out of it, or gathering more data if required, getting access for different databases across different departments in the company or different projects. So this hard work takes 70% of the time, but if it wasn't done correctly, the 30% might not be useful. As I mentioned, bad data in, bad report or bad model out. So we need to make sure that data is clean. It is what we need for the requirements of the stakeholder. So 70% is on the toughest part. The dashboarding is the easiest one.
No, that's super helpful. Uh, Sai, how's your what's the difference that you have seen when you were in university studying SQL to crack interviews or to get interview calls, right? And you might be using like different resources, right? Uh, what do you think is, and now when you're working as a data analyst for the last 2 years, right, you are actually using it. Uh, what is the difference between the two? Or uh, how would you study differently if you have to go back to school now? And what would you focus on? Or is it exactly the same thing that, okay, what you studied, you're exactly doing the same thing now?
It's never the same. Like what universities teach you, or what you might learn from a boot camp is completely different from industry. If it matches, then you're in a good boot camp, but 99% of the times it never matches your university curriculum, or at least this curriculum to university in industry standards, the technical skills will be the same, but the way you integrate will be different. Because in universities you would learn each tool independently. Like your professor might be teaching SQL, professor might be teaching Power BI, and then professor might be teaching Excel, and you do three different projects using three different tools. Whereas in industry, you wouldn't be doing that. Like you are doing same project with by integrating different tools. Like you might have to integrate your cloud tool like AWS or Azure with SQL database, and then make a report on Power BI, and then convert it to Excel, so that your stakeholder can make some sense out of it or make some decisions out of those. But whereas in university, you work independently on different courses, and then you do multiple projects. The data is different, the goal of the project is different, and there is no storytelling part in most courses. I wouldn't say all. And when you work, you need to present your insights, recommendations to your stakeholders. That part is missing in most curriculums, but then I see that it's changing with time, with the rise in AI, because human touch has become a lot important recently. So that's one thing that I would say: focus more on storytelling part, problem solving, critical thinking, because a lot of the hard part, like data cleaning, writing SQL queries, AI can do it right now, not to the production level, but at least if you write, it might take 10 hours, but if you take help of AI, you can write it in 3 to 4 hours. So it's saving up a lot of time for us to make sense out of it, like insights, recommendations, storytelling. If I were to go back to university and then do all over it from scratch, I would also focus on people skills, and then how I would leverage AI at my work. Because right now I'm not in university. I did learn outside my work, but if I were to start from university again, I would learn how to use AI, if not how AI works, to save work, to save my time, effort, optimize my code, or find new solutions that saves time for my colleagues as well. Because saving time for colleagues also, or for other departments, is again you're making an impact on the business. So I would focus on people skills and learning how to leverage AI to save time, efforts, and ultimately dollars.
Hmm. Okay. What are the most common pitfalls that you have seen or mistakes that are done by people? I mean, I don't even know how to define it, but when people get the first round of technical assessment, they fail in that, right? So two things that if you can cover. What type of question can people expect in the first round of interview, say for a data analyst role, right? And second thing is what if do you have you seen any kind of mistakes done by people that's why they get failed over there? Today, Sai, the objective is that people at least clear the first round of interview. Forget about like getting the job offer. So let's make people clear first round of interview, right?
That's where most people get rejected. Most people focus on doing mass applications, networking, referrals, applying to thousands of jobs out there. They miss on the part where they prepare for interview. You spend 10 hours a day on applying, and then you get interviews, and then you're blank. Like you don't know how to answer a question, or like you don't know how to structure your answers. So I would highly recommend, if you have 5 hours a day, spend 3 to 4 hours on networking application part, but at least make sure that you're spending 1 to 2 hours on your interview preparation. Because when you get a call from you never know when you will get a call. A recruiter might call you today and say you have an interview tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So you can't prepare for an interview overnight. So make sure that it's a continuous process. Spend an hour every day. So whenever the recruiter calls that you have a technical assessment or an interview tomorrow with the hiring manager, director, VP, or your team lead, you have to be ready. So coming to the answer, the first part is technical assessments. Again, it can vary from company to company, team to team, if it's FANG or non-FANG and everything. But different types of technical assessments that I've seen is they'll be giving you a data set, and you need to make sense out of it. You need to start from asking questions, data cleaning, transformations, manipulation, EDA, build a dashboard out of it, and then find insights, give recommendations. So it has to be end to end. In the timeline that I have seen so far is the companies might give you anywhere from 8 hours to 1 week maximum, or I would say 2 to 3 days. So you have enough time to work on it, use different tools. You can use all your creativity with AI in 2025. So that's one kind of technical assessment. And another kind of technical assessment is it can be hacker rank or lead code assessment. Sometimes it's monitored by humans, sometimes it is auto monitored by the machine. So you can also expect those kind of interviews where you will be given few SQL questions, few combination of easy, hard, medium, or it can also be Python. If the role requires you to have Python knowledge, you might have to solve it on Python also. And I have seen Excel technical assessments as well. And sometimes it can also be a simple case study. Like you will be given open-ended questions, and then they want to test your problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and all these things. So it changes from company to company, but these are the common types of technical assessments that you can expect. And common pitfalls I've seen in most interviews is uh, of preparation is the first one. So and lack of research on the company. You're not understanding the job description, what they're looking for. You're just giving the same answer in every company for every role. You need to tailor your responses according to the job description, according to the what they're looking for. You want to tell them what they want to hear, not what you know. So that's a biggest mistake that I would say. And obviously lack of preparation. And most candidates, they don't get rejected because they don't know SQL or Python. They struggle with cracking those interviews because they lack the thinking part. You need to think and then put it. You need to show them that you have done that before, and then you can do it again. So you need to give the interviewer that confidence that I have done that before in one of my other projects, be it your personal project or your industry level project. So make sure to show that you have done that, and then you can do it again. And also another thing is, in most of the case studies or coding questions, most people start solving the question right away without asking questions. Because in the real world, you get a project, you're not going to start writing your coding, you're not start going to code. You have a lot of questions to your stakeholders. You ask them what is the business goal, or where is the data, or what does this metric mean. So you do have a lot of questions in real world. That's what they're testing. So they are testing if you're thinking or not, like your thought process, your critical thinking, your problem solving. So ask questions, ask clarifying questions before you start even writing single word of coding or query. Or if it's a case study or open-ended, start with questions. What is the goal? What does this metric mean? What is the time range? Or what does success look like when this project were to end? Like, ask questions, get your questions answered. Make sure that you and interviewer on the same page with the metrics and other stuff that you have discussed, and then start coding. And while coding, I've seen a lot of people, they just code in silence, which might not work. You need to share your thought process, because that's what they're testing. They're not testing your syntax, they're testing how you think. Do you think about edge cases? Are you handling null values or outliers? Or are you writing an optimized query? How much time does it take? Are you thinking out of the box? So these are the things that they're testing in coding. And then once you complete the query, make sure to double check it, and then make sure to explain your thought process. Once summarize everything, explain the output, how it might impact the business. So these are a few things that you need to remember for coding interviews. And one of the other mistakes that I see is people find it hard to explain their logics clearly. They get the right answer, but then you need to walk through your right answer to the interviewer through their process, as I mentioned, thought process. And they give metrics without translating them into business impact. So, like you say, you build a dashboard. That's not that's your work, but why did you build it? How did business leverage it to make some money or reduce the loss? So, convert your work or convert your numbers to business impact. That's one thing that I would say. And these are the things that, and at the end of the interview, when you get a question from recruiter or hiring manager or your director, do you have any questions? The moment you say no, it can look, you can be a red flag. So at this start of every case study or any problem, ask questions. At the end of interview, make sure to have questions. Have a different set of questions for recruiters, different set of questions for hiring managers, directors, executives, your team lead, your colleagues. So have different questions written down based on job description, your goals. What does success look like? What kind of projects that I would work on? Like what is something that is missing in other candidates or like previous hire. So ask questions, show your enthusiasm that you're really looking forward for this role. So show that enthusiasm, like you really care about the role, and then you really can do the job. That's what sets great candidates from good candidates.
No, that's super helpful, Sai. I want to ask two more questions, Sai. Although I want to ask a lot of questions, but I want to make keep this session like within limits. Um, AI is in use, right? Especially like agentic AI is in use. In your work, have you guys started implementing AI, and something that you were probably doing manually 2 years ago when you joined, and now you're automating it? One example that we have started doing internally at High Counselor, uh, we, we have a team member who's internal business analyst and data analyst. Every time, anytime we needed any kind of data, like Amitsa needed some data or I need some data, so we reached out, hey Shivam, give us how many people joined or like registered on the platform in the last 2 months from coming from Canada or UK. He used to write a SQL query and give it to us. That was our life, like until 6 months ago, right? For the last many years. Now we still have that guy. By the way, we haven't let that guy go, right? And now, but now what we have a chat bot. I still ask the same question, and the chatbot write the SQL query, right? And we get the output. So I don't have to reach out to Shivam. Shivam doesn't need to do and come back to me, which was like a few hours or at least a 1 or 2 days of process. Anything that you guys have automated using AI or AI agents that you can share?
Nothing at the moment, but then if you are in the like say I have suggested few ideas to my executives. We are discussing on them while I can't reveal them, but we do have implementing few on the lines that you have mentioned on data cleaning part and then documentation
Mhm.
part. So we are thinking, but nothing on the cards yet. But I hope this will happen because it saves ton of time, efforts, money, and then a lot of go back and forth between different employees.
Mhm. Okay, but you already see that coming into the picture, right? We're a small organization, so it's easier for us to move quickly and get things implemented, right? I understand at bigger organization you need time and 50 approvals, right? But once it happen, it's there. Okay,
Exactly,
cool.
that's true.
Okay, one more question let's cover, which I think would be very helpful for everyone here in the call. Uh, People start their career as data analysts, right? There's a great career in data analyst, but then you want to become data scientist. You also want to become data engineer, right? I remember when we talked, like you said, oh, I'm trying to find some time and like trying to upskill myself today. What path are you taking, or what skills people can learn if they already have the basic skills for data analyst, like Excel, SQL, data visualization, uh, to get transition into data scientist role? How people can learn or what is required for data scientist interviews?
Yeah, if someone is already a analyst and then if they want to become scientist, they almost have most of the skills, but then there are few that's missing in the game. First one is obviously the math part. You need to know a lot of math, statistics, probability, linear algebra, calculus, because machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, AI runs on math. It's the foundation. You need to know math for sure if you're aiming for data scientist role. At least stats and probability, it's the bread and butter. So that's the foundation. And another thing that I would highly recommend is machine learning. So you need to know machine learning, if at least for entry level data analyst roles, and depending on the role, project, scope of the project, and then what they're trying to achieve, you might have to learn deep learning, NLP, or Gen AI, depending on the project and then what they're looking for. And if you're trying for data analyst role, you'd also need to have product sense, like how does like A/B testing as well, experimentation. That's something that I highly recommend if you're focusing on product data scientist roles and product analyst roles. So experimentation, I think it's growing exponentially. If you're getting into product roles, it's an easier shift from data analyst to product data science or product analyst role than to data scientist. But for data scientist, you need to know product sense, math, machine learning on top of what you know as a data analyst. You might not use dashboard skills unless the role requires it, but statistics, machine learning, and then experimentation or product sense are the uh, things that you need to learn to get into data science roles.
Okay. That is super helpful, Sai. I mean, you're like full of knowledge and information and like back and forth. But I would say in the last 15-20 minutes, everything that you said absolutely makes a lot of sense. Very helpful, to the point information. Everyone who's in this session, The session is being recorded. We'll share the link with you. It's open on LinkedIn and YouTube. You can always go back, revisit, right? If you are not following Sai so far, which I doubt that anyone in this live event may not be following, but if you're not following Sai, please search Sai Kumar. I'll share his link in the chat box, as well as when we'll send a follow-up email. Make sure to follow Sai. A few people are asking about what is High Counselor. So I'll give a quick overview of High Counselor. And also some people are asking about our next upcoming cohort. So I'll also give an information about that. And today, guys, the next part that we are going to cover is, okay, now you have heard from Sai that what skills you need to get into data analyst, data scientist role, where people lack. Now, how to obtain those skills, right? The best way is hands-on work experience, right? Theoretical knowledge is good, great, whatever you've learned, but if you can't implement that, no, it's not going to be of use, right? So I'll show you. We'll get started on one data science project right from scratch in a step-by-step manner. I'll introduce that project where you can get started, do it for absolutely free of cost, right, on the platform. So I'll jump into that, but before that, let me give you a quick overview of High Counselor, because some people are asking about our upcoming cohort, as well as this session is about why people are failing in technical interviews, right? So I think that's where we should be able to help you out. So I'll share my screen. Da, 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 da. Should be able to see my screen now. Share screen, entire screen. Should be able to see it now. Okay, can you see the PowerPoint deck?
Yes, I can see that.
Perfect, perfect. So guys, those who are here for the first time, let me give you a quick overview of High Counselor and a little bit on my background as well. You may be able to relate to it. So I did my BTech from India back in 2012, almost 12, 13, 14 years ago. After that, I came to US in 2015 for my master's degree at Duke University. After graduating from Duke, started my career at PwC in the data science department as a tech consultant, then moved to Deloitte Consulting in San Francisco, worked in their cloud and data analytics department for almost 3.5 years, worked on a lot of data projects for clients like Facebook, Amgen, Disney, Comcast. And after working with Deloitte, in 2020, I left my job from Deloitte and started High Counselor. The objective of starting High Counselor was to help people prepare better for technical interviews and help them land a job in not an easier way, but I would say a more efficient way, because job search is always tough, right? So that's how our journey with High Counselor got started. By the way, if any one of you who's willing to uh, start a company in the US now or anytime in the future, the biggest question that will come to your mind is visa, right? So I was on H-1B visa at Deloitte, and then to start a company, I got an O-1 visa. So if you need any help with O-1 visa or with EB-1 green card, by the way, I'm on EB-1 green card. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me on my LinkedIn. Happy to connect with you on a one-on-one call. Visa is a great issue, right? So more than happy to share my journey over there on how I got green card and how I got O1 and started my own company as an immigrant in the US. So April 2020, when we launched High Counselor, 3 people joined High Counselor, and we started helping them land a job. And until now, we have more than 600 people who have landed a job through us, High Counselor. And it feels really, really good now when I connect with people who landed jobs back in 2020, 2021. They have grown in their career, they've become managers and senior managers. So it's a great journey. It's a very, very fulfilling journey. And in this journey, we have raised almost $2 million from VCs in Silicon Valley. So that's our overall journey so far. Now, why did we start High Counselor? 3 major reasons. First one, when I was with Deloitte, I used to take a lot of technical interviews on behalf of Deloitte. And I found that people lack proper guidance and mentorship, right? They do not know how to search for a job, very inefficient ways. They do not know how to prepare for interview. A lot of people think that they just need interview calls and they will kill it. Trust me, guys, we have helped even people with 10 plus years of work experience. And when Amit sir and I connect with them on an enrollment call, right, or something, they say like, I just need an interview and I'll crush it. It never happened. They get crushed in so many interviews, more than like 15, 20 interviews. That's the reality. Like 10, 15 interview calls, people get failed. People get failed. Okay. So do not undermine interview preparation part. And that's also we identified as a big loophole. And third one, how to get interview calls. People just rely on job application, which is one way to find a job, but that should not be the only way to find a job. That's where we created High Counselor, a 360-degree ecosystem where we help people with everything, including their interview preparation. So we do not teach you like Python or SQL from scratch. That is not our job. But if you already have the basic skills, we will help you prepare for interviews by making you go through the specific interview questions that you can encounter, right? Specific technical concepts, connecting you with the mentors from top tech companies, people like Sai on a one-on-one mock interview call who will give you feedback, who will analyze you, right? So that you can again prepare on top of it. And we have very, very selected and handpicked material for that. And after that, we help you fix your LinkedIn and resume. We literally work with you, make sure that your resume and LinkedIn is best. We even do it ourselves to make sure everything is absolutely okay. And once you're ready, we help you get interview calls. We have our internal team and tools that identify jobs for you, apply to jobs on your behalf, right? So that you don't spend all of your time in that frustrating process of manually searching and manually applying to all the jobs. We have tools with almost 80 to 85% of automation, and our team run that tool. So you don't even have to do that. Okay. The second is email networking. We are a big fan of networking, and that's where we have built tools internally that helps you network with people faster and get referrals. And the final way is through direct exposure to employers. We work with more than 300. We have a network with 300 to 350 hiring managers, recruiters, working professional in different companies. Whenever they have a job position, we push your profile to them. Okay. Again, just to clarify, we are not a staffing agency or a consultancy. We never hire anyone on our payroll. We just help you land a job at the final employer. Okay. Right now, we are only helping 3 job roles. First one is software engineering. So if you're looking for any role in front end, back end, full stack, we should be able to help you out. Second is data science. Looking for any role in data analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer, we should be able to help you out. And third one is product manager job role. The pricing of our program is $15,000. By the way, this program is only for people who are physically located in the United States. Okay, so if you're joining from India, you're joining from UK or Canada, we won't be able to help you out. But if you are in the US, we should be able to help you find a job. The total program cost is $15,000. I know paying $15,000 for someone who's looking for a job is super challenging. So we have divided this into 2 parts. First, you pay an enrollment fee of $2,500. And again, you can pay this enrollment fee of $2,500 in monthly installment of $97. Okay. So you can get started with $97 monthly installments, and we will start working with you on all the aspects that I explained. Once you land a job and you start earning, you work for at least 30 days, then you pay remaining $12,500, and that too in monthly installments. Okay, so you pay a small amount to get started, and then you pay the majority of amount in monthly installments after landing a job. By the way, first week of joining High Counselor is absolutely free. So if it doesn't work for you, if you don't think it's a right fit, or if you get a job offer within that one first week, probably from some application that you have applied, you can absolutely walk out. Okay. I would highly recommend you to go to highcounselor.com/review, and you'll find a lot of success stories of people, a lot of detailed interview from these people, and where they've mentioned, okay, I did this, or I worked with High Counselor and we implemented XYZ strategy, and that got me interview calls. So that will be a great learning for you. Our next cohort starts on coming Monday, and that's where if you are interested, you need to go through the application process. Guys, you need to understand that there is a huge investment from our end upfront when we accept anyone at High Counselor, because majority you pay once you land a job. So we are being very picky while accepting candidates at High Counselor. So the process is, you need to go to our website, highcounselor.com. You'll find a button over there called apply to upcoming cohort. Fill out the application. Once you fill the application, we'll review your application and we'll invite you for a one-on-one interview call. It will be a Zoom call, 15 minutes. Either myself or Dr. Amit will meet you. If we are a right fit, we'll invite you for the to join our program. Okay. So that's all about High Counselor program. Let me show you on website also. If you want to apply, simply go to highcounselor.com. And here you'll find a button called apply to upcoming cohort. You click on it, click on start application and fill out this application and we will get back to you. If you want to join our next cohort, apply by tomorrow so that we have enough time to interview you, to give you the decision. If we can't accept you, please understand either we are not a right fit or our cohort might be full. Okay, that's a lot of information, I know, but I hope you have got it. Okay, so let's jump into the second part of this entire event. By the way, let me share some job positions. Okay, Amit, sir, can you still see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Perfect, perfect. So, guys, before I forget, let's share some of the job positions that companies are hiring in our network. Okay, first position, senior data and data analyst or senior data analyst and a data developer role in Chicago. It's a hybrid role in Chicago. You're expected to come to job a few days a month, 5 to 7 days a month. Okay. And by the way, Sai, if you are also interested in this job, let me know. All right. You will certainly be selected. Experience. So experience is almost 3 to 8 years, right? Of experience is required. The salary is about 120 to $150,000, depending upon if you have 8 years of experience, you'll get the higher age of the salary. Otherwise, on the 120K side. Skills, as we said, they are looking for someone who has built reports in Microsoft SSRS, people who have built dashboard using Power BI, definitely expertise in SQL and have some client engagement experience because you'll be directly reporting to client on a weekly basis. One limitation, I know there are a lot of people who are on OPT or who require visa sponsorship, but this job is only for people with US citizenship or green card. If you do not qualify for this role, maybe for any reason, maybe you don't have the visa or maybe you don't have that many years of work experience, or if you're not located in Chicago or cannot relocate to Chicago, you can help us by referring. If you know anyone in your network who meet these criterias, you can refer that person to us, and if this person get a job, we will be happy to pay you $500 referral bonus. Okay, how you can make referrals? Simply email us at hire@highcounselor.com, which is hire at highcounselor.com. Okay, and simply put referral and this job title in the subject line and CC that person or include their resume. The second role is a data consultant slash data architect role, again in Chicago, and it's again a hybrid or a remote. Both options are available. They need somebody with 10 years of work experience. The salary is 190 to $200,000, and the skills required is mainly related to data strategy, data ingestion. You need to know how to manage third-party data, how to put AI/ML strategy on that. If you have worked well in data science domain, this could be a great opportunity for you. Again, only for US citizens and green card holders. But if you know anyone, there is also a referral bonus on that. Okay. Another role is a machine learning engineer role based out of SF Bay Area in New York, as well as remote. People with 3 years of experience in machine learning, OPT, H1B candidate, everybody is welcome. But there is one requirement that you need to come from top 10 universities. The salary, I do not have the exact salary range, but they've mentioned it's competitive and they've hired a lot of candidates through High Counselor in the past. They have got great career, so I can definitely vouch for them. Again, if you know anyone, if you do not meet these criteria, but you know someone, uh, refer us. Okay, put in the title of machine learning engineer, referral, send it to hire@highcounselor.com. Amit said, if you can put that in the chat box for everyone, this email hire@highcounselor.com, people
Yes,
will
sure.
do that. And the fourth one is a software developer in San Francisco Bay Area with 2+ years of work experience. This is also for people with US citizenship and green card holder. So if you have that, reach out to us and we will be happy to connect you with the hiring team. Okay. So these are the roles, guys, that we have currently with recruiters and hiring managers in our network. They're hiring immediately. There are other roles as well. If you have not joined our Discord community yet, make sure to join it. Da, 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 da. Let me show you. And give me 1 second. Okay. Entire screen. Share. Okay. We keep posting, guys, these positions on our Discord community. You can join our Discord community. So when you go to highcounselor.com, right at the top, and you'll also get a pop-up. Simply click on this bar at the top, and you can join our Discord community using this link. Join this. Every day we share some great insight, either related to technical interviews, HR, behavioral, or some job openings, or some great projects. Okay, this is a great community of almost 6,000 people. Join it and make sure to visit it at least once a day. Okay. Now, the final thing of today's session, and then we'll take all the Q&A. As Sai mentioned at the beginning, we have been talking about it. Projects, having hands-on experience on projects is super important if you want to get interview calls and crack interview calls and get that confidence. How you're going to do that?
So Aditya, a lot of people, they, because we were explaining all those things and in job share, they thought that there will be no live session. So guys, we were waiting for this time. The live session is starting on the project one. It is
Okay.
important to explain all those things because we get a lot of message on that also. So that is the reason why whenever we do live sessions, we share all our open positions. We do let us know what we do. So I guess you understand why we did it, because a lot of people are not repeat user, right? A lot of
Yep.
people are first time user. They don't know that what we do and why we are doing these events, right? Okay, so we can start the live session, yeah, on the project.
Okay, on the live project. So, guys, look, hearing it directly from Sai, it was super important because I found that a lot of people were not even aware, okay, what are the skills required, right? But now we know what skills are required. Let me tell you the best way to upskill yourself. Okay, so we have this platform for a long time. We have over 200,000 users on the platform now. So simply go to highcounselor.com. At the top, there is a section called projects. Okay, then go to either project platform or click on view all projects. When you go on view all projects, you will land on our project platform. Okay, and on this project platform, what we have created, we have picked real world use cases in data science domain, and it include data analyst role, machine learning roles, AI engineer roles. And these projects are created by industry professionals, people like Sai, who are already in industry. By the way, there is one project from Sai as well. So when you come onto the platform, you go to the featured section, scroll to the right, and here's one project that Sai created. Sai, where's your project? I'll probably find it, but you'll find a project from Sai on the platform. Let me see. So when you go to the all projects and under featured one, and we did that in the live session as well. I'll need to find, maybe team moved it here and there. Okay. But you'll find a lot of projects by industry professionals working at Google. For example, Raman is working at Google. Ruchi has recently moved to Amazon. Here is project from Zai, customer segmentation with machine learning using Python. Great project. We created it almost 6 months ago. A lot of people have attended these projects. So you can go to any of these projects, start working on it, and you'll get a virtual cloud lab. Let me show you an example. Okay, so for today, I would recommend you to go to this tab called recommended projects. And when you go to recommended projects, you can choose any of the job role that you're targeting. If you're targeting a data analyst job role, go to this. If you're targeting a data scientist job role, you can select a data scientist job role. And then we have divided these projects into beginner, intermediate, and advanced category. Okay. A lot of people try to get started with advanced, but I would recommend you to get started with beginners so that you build your skills in a sequential manner. Okay. Rather than getting disappointed or frustrated that, okay, you're unable to understand questions, start from the beginner level. When you start on beginner, you can start any project by clicking the start button. And when you start a project, you will get your own cloud lab. So you don't need to make a local setup on your system. You'll get the entire Jupyter notebook and a cloud lab over here. And in this platform, you'll get all the tasks on the left hand side and the Jupyter notebook on the right hand side. Okay. So this particular project is about language prediction. And before starting any project, I would highly recommend you to take some time and go through the details mentioned over here in Jupyter notebook. And let me tell you why. Because here you'll first understand what this project is about, what is the objective. So objective of this particular project is, as we said, our goal is to build a machine learning model that can predict the language of a given text snippet. The model will process raw textual data, convert it into a format that computer can understand, and then use a trained classifier to determine the language. And in this entire project, we are going to follow this particular structure. First, we are going to load the data, then we'll clean this data by checking the missing values. We'll analyze large language distribution, convert it to arrays, we'll do the vectorized text, split that data, we'll do classification, we'll train model, then we'll evaluate model how it's performing, and then we are going to do the final language prediction. So it's a 12-step process that we have done in a step-by-step manner. Again, for the learning purpose, it is going to help you in an amazing manner. You'll get all these tasks on the left-hand side that you can see, okay, what exactly you need to do and how to achieve this particular task. Okay. And for each task, you write a code on the right-hand side. Okay. Every time you write a code, simply click on this button on the bottom right corner saying submit your code for that particular task. When you submit your code, you'll get a feedback on this section of the screen. Okay. You'll get to see what exactly you did right, what exactly you did wrong, and how you need to improve. And there is an AI feedback. So it says get feedback on your code, and the AI will provide you the exact feedback on how you need to improve. Okay. So look, for example, I did not write a code because this is a demo session. And here AI has analyzed my output saying that it looks like your code is missing the import statement and everything in a very sequential step-by-step manner so that you get to understand, okay, what exactly you need to do. Okay. So that's a very high level overview of this particular project. Get started on it, and based on your participation, you'll be able to see that how people are performing. You'll be able to see your rank all the time over here. So as you can see, 66 people have already joined it. We'll give you next 3 days of time to complete this particular project, and then we are going to announce the winner of this project. Okay. So, and the winner of the project will be dependent on many factors. Like your rank will be depending on many factors, like how many attempts you have taken, how much time you have taken to complete the entire project, and also if you have invited others to join the platform or not. Okay. Great. So let's take, if you have any question, but guys, utilize knowledge that Sai has provided today, and then utilize the platform to complete project and gain hands-on work experience. Okay. And
One query which a lot of people are asking: will after completion of project, will they be getting certificate for this?
absolutely, guys. So once you complete the project, you'll get a certification that you can share on your LinkedIn. You'll also get bullet points that you can add to your resume. Okay, so you can actually add this project with 3 to 4 bullet points and add a certification link to it. Okay, Sai, how many projects did you have in your resume when you started your job, when you were in school?
I think I had 4 projects. Yeah, 4, and then I had one internship as well, and I was leveraging that. And out of 4, 2 of them were competitions, competitions and hackathons. 2 were
Okay.
full projects, and one was my internship. So total 5 in total because I was a fresher.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, guys, any question that we can answer for you, please let us know in the chat box and we'll be happy to answer your questions. So let me take some of the question. I can see some of the question. Do we actually have beginners here? Yes, there are a lot of, I think, beginners in the session. Jonathan says, I'll follow you and connect. Okay, sure. Jonathan. Omna, any other question, guys, that we can answer for you?
Okay. So one thing which I would like to clarify, and a lot of people are getting confused on that one, that is that a lot of people were expecting that we are going to code the project here, right?
Hmm.
So we never provide any hand holding support in terms of live project, guys, because these projects are client level projects. So you're supposed to go on the platform and complete the project, right? It's like a competition, right? If we'll code here, then what is the point of making it like a competition, right? So we have explained you what is the project, where you have to go, and then you can complete your project, right? And if you face any issue, we have our Discord channel. You can join here and you can put up your queries, and our technical team will look into it.
Mhm. And guys, that's the purpose of Discord channel. I mean, if we start like writing code for this project first, it's gonna take a lot of time. It's like 3 to 4 hours of work, right? We have tried doing that in the past, but I don't think that's the right activity. Rather than you should start by writing codes in a step-by-step manner, right? And once you do that, then we'll see how you have done in the next 3 days, and then we are going to announce like the winner. And more than anything, you're going to actually learn. And the feedback feature that we have implemented, like every time you write a wrong line of code, the platform is going to give you a real-time feedback over there. Okay, so that's like a live mentor sitting over there. And by the way, guys, this the project platform is included in our job search program. So if you join High Counselor, the platform is already included there. Okay, and you can do as many projects as you want, add it to your resume, and our team will be there to support you as well. Okay.
So one question from Lasya to Sai. Sai, she's asking that do we need to learn data structure or algorithm as a data analyst?
As a data analyst, you would not need TSA, but then for data scientist role, depending on the project and the company, you might need TSA.
Okay, and one more question. Can you suggest any YouTube channel which can help us learning data analysts analytical skills?
Excel for data analytics, you can follow Chandu, and then you have Code Basics. I think they have good lectures on data analytics, and Alex the Analyst.
And there's one more that I used, that I've been using for quite some time. There's a Coder X. This guy, and he's really great at like explaining all the concept, but he create all the videos in Hindi. So if you're not comfortable with Hindi, then it might be tough. But if you understand, I mean, I really love his videos. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Sai. We'll let you go because I know we should be respectful of your time. We'll spend a little bit more time over here, but thank you so much, Sai, for joining us again. I think after probably 6 months or so, we'll do a lot more events in the future. But yeah, thank you so much for amazing information.
Thank you guys for having me, and all the best,
Thank you,
everyone.
Sai. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, we'll be happy to take it up.
Yeah. So there's someone asking, okay, what's the date of your next cohort? So guys, our next cohort starts on the coming Monday. Okay. So if you want to join our next cohort, please apply, and we'll review your application, and we'll get back to you. And again, you can go to our website highcounselor.com and apply over there. Okay. Project platform, how many days do we have to finish the project? I mean, we
3
have
days.
3 days. 3 days, guys, complete it. Again, if you do a sitting of 2 to 3 hours, you will be able to do that beginner level project.
And there are a lot of projects available on the platform. You can have an overview there also. And those are like developed by a lot of different mentors like Sai.
Okay. And again, guys, if you know anyone who might be hiring for those roles, data analyst, data developer, data architect, if you think anyone is relevant for those roles, please send us an email. Feel free to connect them with us. And yeah, or if you think you are a right fit, feel free to reach out to us and we'll make the introduction to the hiring manager tomorrow itself. Okay. Amit sir, anything else that we can cover or we good to wrap up?
I guess we are good to wrap up. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in today's session.
Yep.
Uh, mm,
And guys, stay tuned on our Discord channel. Uh, we plan to conduct a lot of events in the future. Like we
you
plan
can
to do a
share
lot.
job positions over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is why. Okay. So Trey is asking about AI agents. Trey, I would say that we will be conducting a session on AI agents. We do
I
conduct a
think
live session on that also. So I guess
mhm.
so where Aditya train you on multiple AI agents. So I guess you must join there, and that I guess then we'll be able to answer all your queries over there.
Yep. One more very, very important thing, guys, that a lot of people are not aware, but as we discussed with Sai, a lot of data analysts, data science roles, they need agentic AI skills. If you don't have agentic AI skills, uh, that won't give you an edge. So make sure to learn how to build AI agents, how to automate your work utilizing AI agents, and then talk about them in your interview process. Okay.
I guess one thing which is very interesting that with agentic AI, coder and non-coder is at the equal level now, right? So that is also one of the things which, like, if a coder can build an app, even a non-coder can build an app now,
Yes.
right? So that's the power of the technology, right? So, so I guess this is really interesting, and in the next 5 years, everything is going to turn out even more early than that, I guess.
Yes. And guys, every time now we help any candidate, whether in like entry level candidate or a senior candidate, we make sure that we teach them at High Counselor about agentic AI skills before putting them in front of recruiters and hiring managers. So it is extremely, extremely important, right? That even when if you're searching for job by yourself, make sure to upskill yourself.
Pinaki is asking that Pinaki, yes, you can create an account on the platform. There is no foundation of US. It is just the program which we were talking about, the Career Boost plan. There we only help the people who are in US, right? So for
Yep.
project, there is no boundary. Anybody can create their login from any location and they can complete the project.
Yep. Okay, well, I think we are good for today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And make sure to join day after tomorrow's session with Shreya Mehta. That is going to be a very, very interesting
What is the
session.
time for that session, Aditya?
The time is 9 a.m. Pacific.
9 a.m. Pacific. Okay.
Okay. So we look forward to meeting you all there. Thank you so much. Have a
Okay.
wonderful day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.